Hey everyone, welcome back to CricketBatInfo. It's Marc here again, and this is another one of my purchases. So when I did the most recent butterfly bat, that was the Phoenix. I'll put a link for it up in the description here if you want to go and have a look at that after. That was a really nice bat, but it was too heavy for me. It's actually owned now by a teammate, and he's loving that. So it did inspire me to look for butterfly willow myself, and I thought, well, who better to pick than Laver and Wood, who do a special on butterfly willow. So just before the end of last year, I placed an order for this bat, and I used their sizing program. So if you go onto their website, they've got a sizing form you fill in, which I did, put in my age, my height, body build, positions, highest score, current weight range, types of wicket. Didn't ask for advanced bat sizing, and I wrote, "Hi guys, it's Marc from CricketBatInfo, looking for a butterfly with a real light pickup and mid to high playing area. Happy to go slightly longer handle to aid pickup. Any ideas can PM directly." So I then entered into some emails with James and basically explained that one of the reasons I want to go long handle is I'm 6'2", and in that sort of area where you're either a little bit too tall for a short handle, but you're not really tall enough for a long blade. And I don't really strangle the top of the neck of the bat, so long handles seem to be something for me. So we've ordered this butterfly, which is, you know, it's their special reserve price. I think landed this was $340 Australian. So let's have a look at the bat. Well, quite immediately you can see that it's a nice looking bat, as far as I've gone with the red classic stickers with a black handle, and James' suggestion, we've gone with the special profile, which is this one here, and you can look that up on their website if this wants to play ball today. So basically they take a lot of wood out of the shoulders here and put all the wood into the playing area here. So you can see that that's not a very big profile, but that's not really me at my age what it's all about. I'm not there to bludgeon the bat, I'm more sort of trying to find gaps and hopefully hit it in the middle to the boundary. So this is a butterfly willow. So what is butterfly willow? So basically when the willow is growing, it's thought to be caused by pruning, that when they prune the branches off, it creates a stain in the willow that is basically the tannins from the bark getting leached through the bat as it grows. So you get this effect, you've got a butterfly stain here, of the tannins sort of leaching in. So it's not on this side here, but you can see it quite clearly there. And if we look at the toe area here, that way, and pick it up, you can see the butterfly stain going through the toe here, and it's slowly leaching through. So yeah, that's basically how it goes. So you can see here, this has got a really nice stain here. These are sort of revered for a few reasons. One is that the butterfly stain bats seem to have very good willow structure. So we're not talking about the stain itself, we're talking about the grains. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a bit of a 10th grain there. So that's a nice looking bat, nice and even. The grains themselves, they are going at a bit of an angle, so they're not perfectly straight, probably a little bit better on this side, and you can see that sort of slight skewing on the back here. So you've got some stains here and a little bit more butterfly on the back. So this is basically what they call grade 4 willow, and that's purely because they grade on aesthetics. So people don't want to see stains in willow, and you can see there the butterfly that they put on it. This is not their typical butterfly shape that they do. This is more the special shape. So it's basically come about from filling in the sizing guide. So if you go on their website and have a look at their special shape, you'll see this one repeated over and over. This one is a little bit different to the Featherblade, which sort of really cut off and came down. It's sort of extending a slight bit up here, and it's got much more bill going on down here. So the willow is basically concentrated in this area here, because my normal bat weight is somewhere in the range 2.8 to 2.9, and with the staining, butterfly willow tends to be a slightly higher density bat, you're not going to get that really big profile that you get from other types of willow. My prop is not working today, so that can piss off. And we'll do this one by hand. Oh, it also came with the full length cover, this one. So slightly different. It's not the linen cover that you normally get, the green one, so that's a change, I guess. Let's look at edge size. So I make sure that that's zeroed. We'll check that edge size. This bat has been knocked, so I'm looking at about a 35mm edge there, and down the toe here, 22. Center of the toe, because you got that sort of duckbill going on, it's about 24. Up here at the shoulders, still quite thick at the shoulders, 14.6. It's here where the weight is really taken out, so we've got that real reduction. And that's 31, so that's quite dramatic, isn't it? I'll measure the spine. I can't imagine it would be much over 60mm. So 62mm. We'll put that through the bat gauge and have a look at it. It's obviously not going to reach the top. It is a flat face camber, you can see it there. Flat face, and as I draw that up, you can see there that we're giving away probably just under 5mm. For a flat face, it's 63, so you got a little few mil there with the rounding of the thing. That's about right. And you can see there that concaving, if I pull that down, you've probably got about 2 to 3mm of concave there. And the other thing that I noticed about this bat is there's a bit of bow going on there, which is quite nice. I imagine that's there to aid the pickup. So I'm quite happy with that. Now this bat has actually been knocked, so we will have a look at that. But first let's talk about the pickup and the handle. So I've gone with the standard cane handle this time. I asked for a oval handle, and it's nice and towards the, I'd say towards the semi-oval more so, but nice and thick. So I'm not going to have any issues controlling it, and because I'm going to be holding it a little bit higher up, there's still a bit of oval shape here for me to hang on to. Now at the top here it's round, and it's a good thickness there too. They've gone with a slightly different grip to what I'm normally used to. This one looks to be a rubber, so it's slightly different grip. So I imagine that's weighing about 1.8, changing the weight of the bat. It says there 2.9. And BF, they've really glued down that binding. You can see lots of glue in there. And I did actually ask for the down here not to be glued on, because I'm probably likely to modify the handle grip at some stage to something else. Bring in the other bat and line them up on the shoulders. And you can see here we've got a little bit of difference in where this handle finishes and this one does. Probably somewhere in the order of somewhere about 1 centimetre, I would say. Obviously a lot different as far as profile, with more wood being taken out because of the higher density willow than in the Ultimate, but there's also difference in their drying techniques too. Grain wise, without the stains, fairly similar. If anything, the grains on this one, not as pronounced, not as defined, but much straighter and much more even. So very nice grain structure, and there's even got another little bit of butterfly up here, so if I get an outside edge there, that'll probably hold together, and definitely at the toe there, that might actually help too. Those stains are actually renowned for improving the playing area, which we'll see when we tap up. Now, I did say 2.8 to 2.9, and this bat is coming in on these scales at 29.4, 29.3. Now in my hands, with that thick handle, It really does feel like a 2.8 bat, to be honest, in my hands. I can't really tell the weight. And as far as bat speed, it does feel like it's got decent bat speed. There's still a lot of weight down in that area to help you pull the bat down and really get some leverage on it and put the ball away. I have actually tapped it up, but we'll do the tap up as I normally do now. And I've changed the angle slightly, so we'll tap this one up. As usual, really pinging. So that's seen about 30 balls on my weekend for not many runs. Now we'll tap this one up. So starting at the toe where the butterfly stone is. Nice and hard, isn't it? And start to come into a playing area. So it's a condensed sweet spot. It's in that mid-high to mid, and it's got a little bit in the mid-low area. So that's going to improve with time. And hopefully that will turn into a really nice bat. Now I have actually seen my old Laver and Wood, the Ultra. I'll put a review here to that one. And that one, it's got the carbocane handle, which this one doesn't have. It did feel odd initially, but man, that thing is screaming now. And I'd say that was a private bin. So this is a grade lower. And look, it's gonna take a bit of time, maybe 5-6 games. I probably won't even have this played in by the end of the season. Hopefully it helps me to get back a bit of confidence. But as usual, with Laver and Wood, the finishing is just stunning. Light, sheen, the way that the textures look, that's all lovely and smooth. It is a stunning looking bat. So I'm really happy with that. It's going to take some time, but I think it's going to go really well. So there you go, that's a Laver and Wood butterfly, and yeah, I like it. I like the shape. A little bit slightly different to the Featherlite in that a little bit less wood taken out here. The Featherlite was actually even harder, so I actually think this is not bad. So for $340 delivered, I'm not complaining. It's just great value. And it's what they do with the lower grade timber. So, you know, you still get slightly lower grade, but there's nothing has actually been skimped on as far as the finishing quality of the bat and all those types of things. So really, really happy with that. Thank you very much to James and Toby, who I believe made that. And also a shout out to Paul, who by now would have left Laver and Wood, and wish him well for the future. Thanks everybody. Laver and Wood.